Danny Garcia. The theme of this video, feet don't fail me now. Feet don't fail me now. You just look at Danny Garcia's style. He's a strong kid. Very strong. But if you got a decent jab and your hands are pretty quick, you can lick him. You can lick him. You can lick the kid. See, one thing about Danny is Danny gotta really be planted. His feet gotta really be planted to get his good shots off. And I known that way before he fought Zab. I go way back with the with Nate Campbell, the Galaxy Warrior. Y'all gotta check that fight out too. I'm gonna be doing a series of these fights. This guy was in Danny's hometown, Herrera, giving Danny that work. He got robbed. You don't hear much about this guy no more. But this guy Herrera, he started boxing pretty late in life too. But the jab, some kind of way, Danny got it. Danny got to be bam. You see, Danny caught that right. He ate that right like a cheeseburger. Now this guy, people don't pay attention. That this guy was actually backing Danny up, and this was a little 140 pounder on little guy. He was actually. That's one thing I took notice to this fight, that this guy was actually putting Danny on his heels. This guy, I said, good God Almighty, if this guy's able to back Danny up, man, oh man, 140, he's gonna catch hell at 140. If he fight the right person at 140. This guy was backing him up with a sturdy jab. That's all this guy really had to his jab, to his name is a jab. You know how some motherfuckers say, this all this nigga had to his name is $2 and shit. Well, he only had $2 to his name. Well, this guy only had a jab to his name, man. He ain't had nothing special. He wasn't no motherfucking Sugar Ray Robbins, to say the least. I start looking at Danny in a whole different light after this. But this Eclipse, they kind of saved Danny. But the fight, you could really see this guy giving it to Danny, man. You gotta pause that, giving it to Danny. But shit up. But he had Danny on the back ropes. He had Danny back on the ropes. That's a little guy. Look at him. He come to Danny's shoulders. That jab, he ate that jab all night. He broke Danny's nose. I'm talking about Danny's nose looking like a busted up pickle. I'm telling you, Danny's nose, he rearranged. By them old timers say, I'm gonna rearrange your face. I think he did that to Danny. He rearranged Danny's face. And this not hate, this is boxing. Danny, you gotta see, in order for Danny, see, this is Danny. Every fight Danny do, Danny always Danny. Danny is not going to ever change. Danny can't change. That's like a leopard waking up one day and say, okay, I'm gonna stop climbing trees. I'm gonna stop climbing trees. I'm gonna start hanging with other leopards, and we're gonna join a pack, and we're gonna hunt buffalo. That shit ain't gonna happen. Shit ain't gonna happen. So as soon as he come around another leopard, it's gonna kill his ass. So the shit is not gonna happen. Chasing Danny on the back foot. Danny got to be planted. This kid knew that. This kid knew Danny had to be planted. He knew all I gotta do is before I come in, I gotta feint him. I gotta show him the jab. He's a sucker. He's a sucker for the jab. Danny never seen a jab that his face didn't like. Danny never seen a Danny face never seen a jab that it didn't like. It's like a Danny face is the magnet, and the jab is the metal object, and it connects right to Danny's face. Danny can't get out of the way of the jab because he's so stiff. I don't know. Is Angel Garcia related to Herman the Monster or something like that? He got cement feet, cement shoes on or something. I don't know what the fuck. Danny walked like Herman the Monster with them cement shoes on. Lily! Lily! Great. I like how he touched Danny to the body and tried to shoot that uppercut. That's an old school move. This guy Herrera, he's from California, so he's seen a lot of different styles. Look at that shit. Danny just basic. Danny don't got nothing. Danny. Look at that shit. And all of a sudden, he's gonna become an aggressive fighter and beat up somebody. No, that's not gonna work. You guys to be very limited for Danny to beat you up. You gotta be very limited. You only gotta know one. You gotta be very limited for him to beat you up. He couldn't even beat this guy. This guy beat his ass. This little guy, man. This guy's a little small for 140. He's a small 140 pounder with not a lot of power, but he had Danny looking like he got banked. He got banked by a mob. It's that jab. Danny got to be planted. That's why Danny left hook is so talked about. He closes his eyes and throw that motherfucker. You got to be planted to throw it. You got to sit down. All 6 toes planted in the ground. Then he throw the left hook. Look at this shit. He tried. That's his only thing. Bait him in, and then I'm gonna throw my punch. That can't be your only. He got far off of this one trick though. And this one trick got him far in life. Bait him in. Look at him. Flat foot. He ain't moving. He ain't on his toes. He not his rhythm. Look at Danny rhythm. Danny can't change his rhythm up and then he don't have nothing to his game. Look at his rhythm. No rhythm. Just flat. Just no movement. No movement. Danny needed it. I don't know. It's nothing. No, you can't change. When you start saying Danny need to start doing this, Danny need to start doing that, then you trying to turn a lion into a leopard or a leopard into a lion. That shit ain't gonna happen. That shit is not going to happen. Danny got schooled by this kid Herrera, man. I'm talking about school. I like that stab to the body. He stabs him to the body. Took the oxygen out of him. When Danny start coming forward and start throwing a lot of punches, what do y'all notice? Y'all notice when he throw those punches? What do you supposed to do after you throw a combination? And Danny don't do. Look at that. After Danny threw the combination, look at his head. His head don't move. Look at that shit. Look at that. After Danny throw his punches, his head stays straight there. That's a bad habit. And that shit gonna cost him next Saturday. His head don't move. Look at Danny. He throw his punches. He get hit. He stay in the same spot. And that comes from that's how his father trained him to be robotic. Don't move your head. Now, if you throw punches at him, it's not when people throw punches at you, you're supposed to move your head. You're supposed to move your head after you throw punches, too. You don't supposed to keep your head in the same spot where it was at after you finish throwing punches. That's how a motherfucker can swing and catch you. You're supposed to get out of there. You're supposed to get out of that position. Or at least take a move. At least move your feet. Danny don't move his feet or his head. Do y'all notice that? He don't move his feet or his head. he throws shots and don't move his head. That shit gonna cost him Saturday night. Next Saturday night, it's gonna cost him. I see a brutal beating coming Saturday night, and this off. This I'm talking about. These are boxing skills we talking about. We ain't talking about who like who and shit. Who's a stan? Who is a fanboy? Who's a stan? And all this type of shit. Who love who not? Man, this is boxing, man. I talked about the sport of boxing. Don't. It's like there's no rhythm. There's no rhythm. I'm telling you, he can't get a clean shot on this guy, man. He just waiting for this guy to come in. That was bad. His nose. Had to hide his nose. Al Heyman told him to hide his nose at the end of the fight because his nose was fucked up. Look at this. Danny coming forward. But Danny is lucky, man. I know it's not that luck, but Danny's strong. He's strong. That's what gets him. This what gets Danny. This would get Danny where he at. Strong as shit with a granite chin and powerful punch. And that's he's able to connect on these boxers, and that what gets him. And he's able to take their power. Now, but if this guy had power, Danny would have been fucked. Because he hit Danny so much, man. He hit Danny so much, man. It was pathetic. I'm talking about to the body. Danny famous for telling you, come, when you see a, when if you don't care what level you're on, if you ever see a boxer telling a person, in motioning his gloves to tell a person to come inside, come in here, come right here, if I can hit you, that guy got foot, that guy got bad feet. Support the channel.